guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you could probably tell from the title of this video, I am going to be talking about a very sensitive but very serious, important topic that I think all of us should be talking about. It's 2019, more people need to be talking about it, and that is men's mental health. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you will see a lot of tweets. I tweet on the daily, but majority of them, if not all of them, are to do with mental health. Now, one of my followers on Twitter DM'd me saying, if you are looking for another topic on your mental health video, your last mental health video to do with body image was really good, how about talking about men's mental health? Now, I think we all know it's a rarity that men talk about their mental health, and it's even more of a rarity that women talk about men's mental health. So, I may not have a lot of followers, I may not have a lot of subscribers, but I feel like I have a platform and I should use it with good use. So, I am very passionate about mental health. I am very passionate about people getting the help that they need for their mental health. Mental health is just as important and should be treated just as much as a physical illness, a physical ailment, a physical injury, because that's exactly what mental health is. Just an injury. Just a trauma, like a broken bone. Difference is, we don't treat it the same. So I have written down a few bullet points that I do want to talk about, just so this video is more structured, it's more together, it's not all over the place. If I can, where I can, I will put up stats, statistics, facts for you guys, just to kind of give this video more validation, because even though, like I said, I don't have a lot of subscribers or followers, but if this video can just help one person, or if this video can just start a conversation, I'm happy with that. So as we know, men's mental health is a rarity that is spoken about within the male population. Men don't go to the pub and talk about how they feel. It's kind of been a stereotypical norm for them to be masculine, to be burly, aggressive, you know, not to talk about their feelings, not to show their feelings, not to cry. And it's just this assumption that men shouldn't be weak, they're not allowed to cry, they're not allowed to show emotion or fatigue or any kind of sign of I need help. Men have this stereotype placed upon them from birth, and I feel like we need to get rid of that society norm, because men, you are allowed to cry. Crying is not a sign of weakness whatsoever. And it's such a sad case, because why aren't men allowed to cry? Why have we put this assumption, this standard, this stereotype that men aren't allowed to cry? It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Yes, you may be a man, but you are human. Your feelings are valid. It doesn't matter what your feeling is. It doesn't matter what emotion you want to portray. It's valid. If you want to cry, cry. You want to be happy, be happy. It's valid. Even if it's, you know what, I feel depressed. That's a valid emotion, and we need to take it seriously. I know a lot of men have a very hard time communicating their emotions, and guess what? A lot of women are the same. There's a lot of people in the world, men, female, children, they don't know how to communicate their emotions, and sometimes I fall into that category myself, and I don't know how to tell you how I feel. It's just a part of life. Some people can communicate better than others, but for men, you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to feel depressed. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be frustrated, stressed, worked up, ecstatic. You're allowed to have those emotions, because you want to know why? You're valid, like everybody else. Your feelings are valid. They may not be great feelings, like I said, you may feel depressed for whatever reason, but it's valid. And people need to act on that appropriately. They shouldn't be, oh, you're a man, don't cry. Man up. Over the years and generations, like I've said, this stereotype of men having to be burly and masculine and strong and tall, and you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to wear your heart on your sleeve, you're not allowed to show people what you truly feel. You have to be strong and independent, and it's bullshit. It's actually bullshit, because not one man can sit here, stand there or whatever and say, I've never cried. I've never felt hurt. Because at some point, you have. And at some point, because of this stereotype, because of this assumption, you've had to hide it. And it's utter bollocks. Men come in all shapes and sizes. All different colours, all different nationalities, all different races and sexualities, and you're still men. You're still valid. You still deserve to be respected, to be loved, to be supported. But as a society, we've kind of isolated you to make you feel like, well, no, you're not allowed to cry. Man up. And it is utter bollocks. It's bullshit. It's backwards almost, because it's like saying, well, you're a man, get over it. Because you're meant to be strong, you're meant to be intelligent, you're meant to be a robot. And quite frankly, you're not. You know, there's only so much a person can take before they break, and that involves men. There's only so much a man can take before he snaps. That kind of leads on to the vast increasing rate of suicides in men. And suicide isn't a selfish thing. Doesn't make you a coward. It means that you are a person who's in a very desperate situation, who feels like there's no way out, you feel trapped, you feel abandoned, all around you is dark and there is no door, there is no light at the end of the tunnel, and it's a desperate bid for escape. It doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't make you a coward. It doesn't make you weak. And unfortunately, because of the assumptions, because of the stereotypes that we have placed on men, a lot of men suffer in silence. And why are we allowing that? Why are we allowing men, young boys, adolescents, feel so isolated? I'm actually trying to hold back tears saying this, because I'm in that position now. My family, members of my family started to notice my deterioration. And they were the first people to say, are you okay? So why is that any different for a man? Why is nobody saying that to a man? Look, hun, are you okay? Now, this is my own opinion. I do believe that the more we talk about it, the more men talk about it, the more women that talk about it, just more people talk about it, I do feel that that will slowly drop, that less people will commit. And I hope to the highest of gods, I pray to the highest of gods, that someone doesn't take their life, that the suicide rate does drop, that more people get the help that they deserve. Fortunately, we do live in a society that has isolated men almost, to a point of when they're in a desperate situation, they don't see a way out. Now, some people may say, oh, suicide's selfish, it's cowardice. The f*** do you know? Have you been in that situation? Have you been in your room at night really contemplating it? Have you been that person thinking, would anybody miss me? I'm just a burden. I get in the way. It's sad that we live in a society that is very, divided. Some people, myself included, it's not a selfish thing. It's a desperate act of help. It's a desperate bit of escape. And then you have other people who are very much, well, you're selfish, you're killing yourself, and now the guilt is going to go into other people. That's the last thing someone wants to fucking hear, that your death is going to make other people fucking guilty. Well, you know what? Maybe it should make them feel guilty. Because if you stuck your hand out to help, if you said, yo, you're okay, it's of isolating them. I mean, you're only going to feel guilty about a loved one's suicide if you know, and your conscience knows, that you didn't do anything about it. So maybe in one way you should feel guilty for someone committing suicide, because that just shows that you could have done something. Alongside the traumas that men go through, there's also society norms, society pressures, what is deemed acceptable and what isn't deemed acceptable, which is a load of if you ask me, but here we are. Women go through the same thing, probably go through very different things when it comes to social pressures. Like, we have to be curvy, we have to have big boobs, we've got to be blonde, we've got to be pretty, we've got to be slim, we've got to be slim thick. That's a different video. But men also go through pressures from society. You have to be 6 foot, you have to be muscular, you have to have a 6-pack. You can't be fat, you can't play video games because that's nerdy and no woman... It just frustrates me. Like, where? Point to me. Where is there a book that says you gotta be this, 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 this and this? Because you all look like there's probably a lot of guys out there who are watching the world around them, and they're watching their friends get married and have kids and move away and move on in their lives, and they feel like they're stuck at the start still. You know, they're seeing all their friends move away from the start line and, you know, they're still there, and they feel like, well, why aren't I good enough? How many of us have been kids and broken the bone? Done something so stupid. Your parents have told you, be careful, and then 10 minutes later you're on your way to A&E because you've fallen off your bike. How many of us have done that? And as soon as we've broken that bone, dislocated our shoulder, we've had it treated. Why are we not doing that? Because we can't see it. If we can't see it, it doesn't matter. Out of sight, out of mind. It's that mentality that's going to kill people. And it clearly has. Because just look at the suicide rates. How the fuck have we got here? To the point that we're now shaming people for potentially improving their health. You're on diazepam because you're mentally ill. Bitch, if you were on diazepam, you'd sleep well as well. I mean, it's just really fucking ridiculous, ain't it? It's just... who cares? It'd be so nice in 2019, going to 2020, that there's more guys going to the pubs. You're like, yo, I've got depression. I take medication. I see my therapist once a week. If we could have more conversations like that within men, I do honestly believe that the suicide rate may drop. And I know it's not really my place to say as such, because I'm a woman, and what do I know about men's mental health? Because obviously there's going to be a lot of things that men go through that women don't go through. Possibly. I went to an all-girl high school. High school for me was a little bit weird. I do also feel that as a woman it is my place. Because I care. Because it worries me that there's people out there who are suffering in silence, who feel like they can't go and ask for help, that they're going their day-to-day lives playing this kind of like facade. Well, I'm a man and I'm grotesque and I'm masculine, I have my protein shakes, so look at my Instagram, but inside, behind the closed doors, when they're alone, they're self-harming. They're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. It does worry me. And it should be worrying everybody else. Because it's not just that person's problem. Mental health in men, in women, in children is everybody's problem. And I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbours outside because you're kind of in the window and my windows are open. So I think that's everything I want to say. If I've missed anything out, I'll just like stick it in. But yeah, I think this video is a little bit all over the place, and honestly, it was a video suggested by one of you guys. It's a video that I have wanted to do for a while. I want to do more mental health videos, but there's a lot of planning that goes into it because I do attempt to structure things. So one, I'm not missing any points. If I have missed any points, then let me know down below, and I could always do like a follow-up, like a part 2 as it will. I do want to do more mental health videos, so if there is a subject or a topic that you would like me to talk about, or something that is nothing mental health related but you want me to talk about it, let me know down below, or again tweet me. I want to do more videos like this because I have this platform, like I said somewhere in the video, that I may not have a big platform or big follower group, but I have a platform, I have a voice, and there's a lot of people out there that kind of rely on others to speak out for it because not a lot of people do have a voice. So here we are. Hopefully this video helps someone. It gets someone in contact with a professional. I hope that this video made sense. On a different note, I didn't want to put this at the start of the video, so I'm going to put it in now. I do have a PayPal for my YouTube channel, so if you would like to donate anything, it's completely on your terms, but if you do want to donate anything, my PayPal is down below also, and all the money in my PayPal will go back into my YouTube channel, whether it's basically for more content and more equipment. I just wanted to say that if you would like to support the channel by donating to my PayPal, that would basically give you more content, then thank you so much. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know down below. If you like this video, click thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, dislike it, let me know why. It's probably because I've rambled, that's fair. Yeah, just have a good day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!